Okay, this is homemade video, so put up with it if you can. I'm Bob Hacker, and a lot of you I haven't met. I finished up in 1983. Hi to Dr. Nugent. I wish I could be there tonight. But Robin Matheny asked if maybe I'd share a story from back during my training with Dr. Nugent. And I thought about it, and I thought the only story I really could think of that is one that always makes me laugh is the Florida story. So I thought I'd tell you about Dr. Nugent in Florida. Now, you know, the thing about Dr. Nugent, many of you may not know, but this is a Jersey kid who grew up and spent some of his formative years on Fire Island. And this guy could surf and dance and I think drink with the best of them, and I think the carousing word may have been invented about his time. So whenever Dr. Nugent would give lessons about life, i.e. things other than neurosurgery, I always like to pay close attention because that's where I think I really learned a lot. So Dr. Nugent came back from a trip to Florida. He'd gone by himself, and a big meeting down there, and he starts telling us about the trip. And he starts telling us about one night in particular when he went down to have dinner by himself, and he's sitting next to the bar, and they're playing some pretty good music. In fact, they're playing some good dance music. Well, that gets the boss going, and he's in the bar there and looks over and sees some pretty good looking gal and asks her to dance, and they're out dancing and have another dance, and things are going pretty well. And apparently at that point, this gal looked at the boss and said, "Bob, it's either dinner and $100 or it's no date." Well, as the boss was recounting the story, he said, "And guys, you know what I did?" And this is when, I guess, my attention went completely on full alert, because I thought, wow, this is the most incredible training program. Not only am I learning about neurosurgery, I'm going to learn about how to deal with high-priced hookers. So anyway, the boss poses this question, and a few of us are sitting there. I think it was me and Ralph Dunker with our eyes wide open, wondering what the heck. He says, "So, guys, do you know what I did?" And I think Rich Cooper looked at him and said, "Well, you probably tried to bargain her down. $100 is pretty steep, isn't it?" And the boss, he kind of got that boss look, and he got, "No, Rich, no. And Mark Wachter, who I think spent some time in Florida, looks at the boss and goes, "Well, no." He says, "You're going to want to look around the bar first, see if there's some better looking, girls out there." And now the boss is really having it. He's getting two head shakes. "No, Mark, no. And the boss finally decides he's going to have to tell us because we're clueless. So he says, "I told her what gentlemen always tell women in that situation." And now I'm really interested. And he says, "I told her I left my wallet in my other suit." And I remember thinking to myself, wow, I'm going to have to remember that. If I'm ever faced with a high-price hooker, the old wallet in the other suit is going to be the line I use. So boss, thanks for teaching me a lot about life and a lot about neurosurgery. Wish I could be there with you celebrating. I hope you guys have a great evening.